Sure, I'm muted here. Hello, everyone. This is Ron. And we have Zinonation, episode 49 tonight. We're going to get back to the basics with the Zeno 2 tonight. We've had a ton of updates, app, aircraft, transmitter. Tonight we've had a hold on. And then we want to get into that new Fimi, the new Fimi X8 SE 2020. We did that kind of a special pop-up show in that, but we'll talk a little bit about more today. I don't know if we have any more new information, but we'll try to get that. So I'm joined tonight by my regular co-host Marcus Crawford, and of course our DJI and now Zeno expert Bill, the drone reviewer, sitting in with us. So how you doing tonight, Marcus?
I'm doing pretty good, Ron. So like you guys have, I've got all the updates done on the Zeno 2. So I'm hopefully I can get out maybe tomorrow, get out to the schoolyard next door and try that out and see if I can get a little better stability and look at the new features on there. And I know you've already done that, Ron, so I'm excited to hear.
Talk about and isn't it true you did a recent comparison with the Zeno 2 and our beloved Mavic Mini?
I did, and that I'm not going to call a winner. I like both drones, but you can watch that, and it definitely shows the differences between the two drones. I just finished editing a video today showing how to use the line fly on the Zeno 2.
Oh.
And showed how to make it go every direction and so forth. So
I need help with that.
Yeah,
sure.
I promise that one's not an hour-long video. It's about a little over 20 minutes.
But I definitely need help. Now, did you see my line? I pulled a Candano on that. I said just get them both with the Zeno 2 and the Mini. Just buy both and sleep on the sofa.
That's just perfect, Ron. That's exactly right. And you know what? If you think about it, it probably isn't a bad combo. Both of those drones.
Hey, any combo is a good combo for most drones. So Bill, how are you doing? We know you're locked down there in Florida, but we know you've had the Zeno 2 for over a week now.
Yeah, and I was able to successfully do the big update. It's at 1.2.1. I got a video coming out on that, so stay tuned for that. I'm excited about that. Also excited about, I just did a video on the Fimi X8 SE 2020. We're going to talk about that tomorrow night. We're going to take a deep dive on Rotor Talk Live. So if you guys want to get some good talk about that, we're going to continue that discussion. I'm excited about that. That looks like a fantastic.
And Bill, what time is that? What time is that show on?
8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night on Tuesday night. I've already set the show up. It's out there. We'll look forward to that. It's going to be a great discussion, and I'm real excited about this because I think whereas like we talk about how we like to have competition between each other. I think it's real good. I think Fimi and Hubsan kind of have this, or Xiaomi and Hubsan have this little tug of war going on. I think it's good for both of them because they're going to strive to make each other better. So I think competition is good, whether it's Tel and DJI or here Fimi against Xiaomi, with these against Hubsan. So this is going to be good. I'm really excited.
Did you push the button though, Bill?
Oh, well, I'm waiting for some. I got to clear my finances right now. They're in a little bit of state of disarray after some multiple shopping trips lately. So,
hey Bill, what if I told you I'm going to have the new Fimi on the show tonight?
If you have the new Fimi on the show, I'm going to find the buy button and do it right now.
I do. Look, the new Fimi's right here.
Oh, you got the new Fimi.
The new Fimi Palm.
The Fimi Palm.
Hey, there's more than one new Fimi out there.
That's right.
Just got this little guy in today. A lot of people tell me it looked like the Osmo Pocket. I've never had a Pocket, so I only know this thing. But I went out today, shot some video, got some pictures on it. I kind of just got in before the show started and didn't have time to reviewing the footage, but I will be doing a full review on it eventually, and of course showing you the footage and the stills from it. But today everything seemed to work. I suppose the gimbal worked well. Trying to figure out the controls, but more to come. But the Fimi is here, not the Fimi you guys thought.
Yeah, Yeah,
You got us on that one, Ron. You got me on that one. And I'm looking forward to that footage from it.
Now, you never had the Pocket, right, Bill?
No, I didn't have the Pocket. I have the Osmo Action, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing if that's a good alternative to the Pocket.
Well, maybe what Fimi will do, Bill, is they'll offer a package deal where you can get the Fimi X8 SE 2020 and the Fimi Palm all together and save a little money.
Yeah, hey, sign me up.
Boys, all kidding aside, you can buy that Palm now on GearBest for $189, and that X8 SE 2020 is only about $350 using Banggood's code. So
what you're telling me, Marcus, is for less than $540, you can have both these 4K 30 Fimi devices.
Wow.
Yeah.
On speed dial to your front porch.
Speed dial, I'm not so sure, Ron.
Okay.
Those boats from China have one speed, Ron.
Oh, yeah, you know what that is. Yeah.
It's just there's a guy pedaling, and that's how fast they go. So
yeah, but all joking aside, folks, if when you get the Fimi stuff, say I don't know what would you say the Fimi X8 SE 2020 is the equivalent of I don't know whatever DJI drone you want to say the equivalent of $1,000 DJI drone, and this is the equivalent of about $350 camera. So in other words, you would for almost half the cost of buying DJI, you get the Fimi versions of them. And I'm not saying the Fimi version is going to be as good, but hey, you're saving a bunch of coin.
Hey, yeah. Greg Pittman, Ron, did you see Greg Pittman is saying he used it to do his Ulanzi review?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Of course, I have to look stupid and ask the question, what is the Ulanzi?
Well, I'm sure it's either one of those lights or they make a lot of drone accessories.
Yeah, he's right. The one that looks like the more expensive Loom product. Right. Yeah. Yep. Good. I'm looking forward to seeing that, Greg, but I'm looking forward to seeing your video from it because again, I don't know the video. But hey, listen, guys, you want to hear me ramble on for a couple minutes here. So today I took the Zeno 2 out, and I had done all the updates and flew for a few minutes Saturday night, but today I really went out to do like kind of like a full all bells and whistles review. So I went out about 5 o'clock down at the beach, my usual secret spot on Plymouth Avenue. So I did the hover off the landing pad. Didn't do quite as good as that hover video I posted over the weekend, but it still hovered good. I saw there's a slight bit of drop, but it just stayed in place. So that was good. And then they added the new follow me feature. They always had the active track follow me feature, but they added the follow the GPS on the transmitter feature like the Zeno 1 had. And I walked up and down the dunes. It followed me right along, just like a puppy dog followed along behind me. Now, it didn't keep me in center like the active track one did, but it still followed along good. So I'm having a good day. Things are working out good. And then I said, well, let me try one of those precision landings. I've never tried a precision landing with the Zeno 2, and I know we have our precision landing expert on the show tonight. So I've been watching Marcus's videos, taking copious notes or whatever. So and what I did is I saved myself a bunch of stuff. I didn't take it. I took it far enough away from me that would do it, but I changed the return to home height down, roll low, because I didn't want it to go up like 400 feet in the air and then come down since I was close by. So I put that way down. So I hit the button, did a slight up, whatever, up in the air, and then it came back to me, and I turned the camera off, and I hit the, I already hit the return to home button. So I turned the camera off. It got over the pad, and it turned its camera down. It kind of repositioned itself, and it was coming down. You saw that. What would you call that marker it puts down on the pad?
Well,
you see it on the screen. Target.
There. You could call it a reticle, I suppose.
Reticle, there's a good one. So I'm watching, and I'm not getting too happy because with the Zeno 1, I saw that look real good and fail at the last second. I'm sure you've gone through that, Marcus.
Well, I've seen it where it was right on at the last second, and then within seconds, it's 10 feet off.
Well, anyhow, so it's coming down. It's looking real good. See the radicals, and it's right above the pad. And you know, it actually, the radicals don't go away, and it lands. And I got like 3 legs on the pad completely, and even the leg that wasn't on. You'll see this in the video. It was kind of hanging on the edge of the pad. I mean, it wasn't all the way in the sand. So I call that successful. And I think I'm going to review the video. I think the propeller is turned off right away rather than keep spinning. Like when you have to do a full manual landing, your propellers will spin longer than I've seen any drone when you hold the left stick down. So, I mean, I was having a real good day, but I'm going to really give you the discovery. As everybody in the chat sitting down, I found something out I've never heard anybody talk about before. Bill, are you ready? I'm
ready.
You sit down? Okay. So
no, I'm not ready yet, Ron. No, I'm not ready.
Oh, okay. Go.
Now I'm ready.
Okay, now he's ready. So I was fooling around with the camera settings. You know, I was putting my white balance and making sure I was on 4K 60 and all that. And I see something new in the settings, and it's called like SLR or something raw. And you know, usually raw means like it's usually a tone for photos where you know it captures all the data and you have to put it in a special editor and bring it back. But you know, so I didn't know what this meant, and it was under the video setting, not the camera settings. So I didn't have it on at first because I didn't know what I was going to do. But you know, when I did the precision landing and then went back up again, I said, well, let me turn this thing on, right? So it looked a little dark. You know, and I think, well, this isn't good. I don't like dark. Nobody likes dark video. But then I turned around facing the sun, and we all know the Zeno 2 has had overexposure issues. It can't handle the sun. You get all these flares. Well, guess what? With this setting on, it took all that away. It looked kind of just like a DJI drone facing the sun. Now, I haven't got a chance to review the video. When I review the video, it may look terrible, and all this is, you know, this will be a moot point by then, but it sure looked good on my screen when I put that SLG raw on and I faced it towards the sun and the bright exposure in the sky. So I don't know. I can't wait to see the video.
The Easter egg of the Zeno 2 there, Ron. You may have found it.
Yeah, everybody, if you know, when you get off the show or even right now, get your Zenos out and see if you could find that in the put in your own video, and in the menu, it's you have 2 sets of menus. It's the first menu, like the second thing from the bottom. This SL raw setting. So I mean, if Hubsan could have cured that overexposure issue, well, that's one of the biggies for me. You know what I mean? Like I know they got work to do in the landings and whatever, but that was a biggie for me that you couldn't face towards the sun without getting that, you know, incredible overexposure. So I can't wait to review the video and see if it looks as good as it did.
When they talk about raw, they're talking about uncompressed video, right? In other words, it's not using an algorithm to compress that file. So the advantage to a photographer is that when you put it in an editor, you have all the data there to mess with.
Yeah, but usually that's a photo term. You don't rarely see applied to video. Usually when they on the video version, that is log file. You know, where they flatten you know, the image so much that it allows you to do much more by pushing your sliders around in your video editor. But you know, this didn't say log profile. I never saw anything like this. I never heard anything like this in video before. I'm anxious to review the footage to see if I'm correct on it. But it said on the screen, it sure made it look right on the screen. It took that. Yeah, you all know, you've all flown and turned towards the sun. You just see that big overexposure.
Well,
Ron,
oh, I'm sorry, Bill. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Well, so that flare, and I was going to say, we've all seen that flare, as we have on the Mavic Mini as well, although it's not as bad as the Zeno 2.
What I was going to say is, do you think that they misnamed it when they put it out there?
Well, yeah, we know how Hubsan names funny things and names things funny like apron. You know, who else in the world calls a landing pad an apron?
Well,
I know. What's the other thing? It's lost in translation or whatever. But you know,
see, pilots call like part of the tarmac. They either sometimes call it the tarmac or the apron. Okay, that I've actually heard that term before. but some of the terms that Hubsan uses, and you're right, I've seen there. It's just like you kind of like, what'd you guys say? What do you mean? You know, let's try to get this deciphered here. But if that's secure, Ron, you know what? You're gonna go viral. Your video will go out there. You'll get hundreds of thousands of views on it from across the world.
As much as that guy that's posting videos of the Florida quarantine beaches.
Bill, have you discovered this guy? What was his name, Marcus?
Oh gosh, now you're putting me. I shouldn't have brought it up, Ron.
Yeah, no. I discovered this guy last week, Bill. He's on the West Coast because he's in Siesta Beach, which isn't all that far south of
right.
And he was a guy. He had some travel videos. I think he even had travel videos to Japan. And he was a guy who was getting a couple hundred views a video, right? And now all of a sudden he's got the Mini. And he's flying over these Florida beaches, and he's labeled them like abandoned beaches. He flew, like something like Secret Island, and then he flew over Siesta Key, and he said like quarantine beach, whatever. This guy went from getting a couple hundred views to he has 70,000 views on some video. Marcus looked up, he gained like 3,000 subs in days or whatever.
Oh, yeah, days. I mean, it was
we'll see. Here's the thing, okay, and from what I can tell you, and I don't want to talk about the big issue, but we're supposed to, except for going to the grocery store or pharmacy or doctor's visits, that's it. We're not supposed to be out of the house right now. So technically, if he gets stopped by the police, they could probably fine him and maybe charge him.
Yeah. Well, we're referring, of course, to things that are more than a week old. When he filmed this Siesta Key video, they had closed the public beach down, and he was standing outside the gate, where and two policemen rode right by him, and he waved at him, and they didn't do anything. But this he probably filmed this thing maybe
it was probably
weeks ago. Yeah,
it was probably before we had the shutdown order. So
but what was the bad thing, Bill? Siesta Key was closed down. He flew over the Siesta Key public beach. There was nobody on it. But as soon as he got far enough down, he was from some private condos. All these people were on the beach sitting together, in other words. The poor folk that have to go to the public park, they were locked out, but the rich people at the high rises were still enjoying their beach time.
Well, one thing I can tell you about Siesta Key down there, it's next to impossible if you just want to go down and go to the beach, unless you know somebody that lives down there and can park in their condo. It's like impossible to park down there. I mean, I spent like literally 2 hours once trying to find a parking spot when we went down there for the first time. It's like insane to find parking down there.
So the name of the guy, I just looked it up, is Miles Deep, and I'm going to put a link to his channel. And
I mean, we're not down the guy at all. Whatever. I mean, as far as the video I saw, he didn't break any laws at the time he flew the video, because two policemen rode right by him, saw what he was doing, and didn't do anything. And here, Matt made a comment here. He made a comment on his last video about being the last day until lockdown. So we're not being a drone police here. We're not criticizing. Say the name again. Miles Deep.
Miles Deep is the name of
it. Miles Deep gets this message. We're not ragging on Miles Deep. I mean, I think it's great that he flipped his channel into high gear almost overnight or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's good.
My kudos are going out to him, because I mean, again, he's using the Mini. He's flying it safely. Every time I see a video, he's flying over abandoned, deserted places. I mean, like when he's flying over these beaches, there's nobody down there. So he definitely is. In my book, he's not doing anything that's going to harm anybody.
Well, he struck a chord, because I mean, those videos they just took off like rocket ships.
They did.
Yeah, look, Matt's saying he's got some cool videos, man. Yeah, and again, I wasn't any criticism of it. I kind of just it's just amazing how he with that Mini in his quarantine, it's like he just took off. But like Bill said, he's going to have to the cool a little bit now. But do his part like the rest of us. So I'm sure he will. On the video, he seems like a very nice guy when he's doing his narrating and everything.
Hey, Ron, have I got a minute to talk about our friend Lauren Donauer, who I know is in the chat?
Yes, I'm going to get off my horse about the Zeno 2 and the good updates. So you go right ahead. I know Lauren's got some important news that may help a lot of our people out there get a good deal on a nice DJI drone.
Yep, and I'm going to ask to share the screen for a second.
All righty, we can handle that.
And Let me know when you guys can see it.
I think we're good.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Let me scroll down here. So, Drone Shop Canada is a shop that Lauren is associated with, and he got a hold of me today and was explaining to me that because of the U.S. Canadian exchange rate, they can actually sell drones very competitively out of their shop. So one of the things you got to do, if you go to this website, and I will drop the link in the chat, or Lauren can if you'd like to, Lauren. But these three lines up here, you want to click those, and you want to change to U.S. dollar so that you see our currency, and it automatically calculates the exchange. But you can look here and you can see that the Mavic 2 Pro, $1,423, and if you look on B&H, it is that same drone is, let me find it here, Mavic $1,599. So a pretty substantial savings there, I would say. And the same goes with the Zoom. So I think you're going to save, even with shipping, probably at least $100. So if you happen to be in the market for
Now, how long is shipping time, Mark? Is it how much additional would it be than if you ordered from a U.S. based retailer?
I don't know. Maybe Lauren.
Well, we'll ask Lauren tomorrow night.
He's in the chat, Lauren.
Okay.
If you happen to know how long shipping is, and even I wouldn't even know what the cost is either. But I was kind of guessing that even if it was $50, you'd still save more than $100 on that drone. So
right. Hey, Marcus, can I ask you a quick question? How on Lauren's site there? How much is the Mavic Air 2 going for these days?
Well, let's go take a look here. I guess current drones, Mavic Air 2. Oh, you fooled me. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was looking for the Mavic Air.
I'm gonna go ahead and order that for me. I'll pay you back.
Yeah. Good one, Ron.
Hey, Bill, could you imagine Marcus' face if it would have been on there?
If it would have been on it, we would have seen, Ron, we would have had a first on Zinonation. We would have seen Marcus hit the buy button live.
That would have been it too. That exactly would have been it.
But he would have to have put a different quantity. He would have had to have put 3 in there for the quantity, one for all of us.
Well, yeah, if it has a quantity key, yeah.
Hey, so Lauren is saying less than 7 days and $50 US. So here I'm going to put the link to the store.
You mean the shipping fee is $50?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 7 days to get there.
So cuts in some of your saving, but still, yeah.
Yeah, guys, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to put in a pitch for Lauren. Lauren's on with us Tuesday nights. Help his store out. I mean, he has, and also too, his Drones for Good International. There'll be a link in the description tomorrow night, and I'll try to grab it and drop it in the chat here. But that's a great group. Hey, Kestalu's part of that. I also know our good friend from DJI, Romeo Dersher, has thoroughly endorsed it and is a part of that as well too. Lots of good stories about drones there. I mean, it's just, and see, that's what's desperately needed at this time, to have some good stories. And that is just, I mean, that page is just full of nothing but good stories. And it's definitely a group you want to join. I'm going to go grab the link and put it out there, but you definitely want to check that out.
Great. Hey, real quick, Bill, is it true Hay's no longer working for Drone DJ?
That I don't know. That I really don't know that anymore.
Yeah, he had mentioned he sent out a message that it was his last article on Drone DJ, and it was very complimentary. He wished him the best and everything. I think he's just kind of starting his own situation.
That's good to hear. We got Arco Drone Solutions in the house with us tonight. Hello, Art. How are you doing out in the great state of Colorado? We got Above and Beyond Drones in here with us. How are you tonight? DJI has a big Easter sale for every country but the U.S. I saw that, Jim. We just have a spring sale. Wonder why we didn't get our sale.
Yeah. I don't know.
So Bill's getting that link now.
Yeah, I just dropped that in there.
Oh, and $50 to Florida. Is that $50 for the Mavic Mini too?
The Mini might be 35. Yeah. Yeah, but it just goes. It makes sense that the more expensive the drone, the bigger your savings is going to be.
Right, right.
Because
Beyond Drone says he's on another channel, blog now.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Well, he's a good guy. I mean, he's very knowledgeable, and I've had him on the show several times, and I've talked to him. He's just a great guy, and just very enthusiastic and very upbeat and positive about drones. And I wish him nothing but the best. And
looks like Lauren had him on the show just a few days ago.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Hey, like I said, he's just one of those great guys. I just absolutely love him. Oh, I know what I meant to share with both of you, and I'll share with the audience, and I'm going to share it tomorrow night. Heard from Rick Smith. He's in northern New Jersey, and if you guys know, northern New Jersey is a hotbed right now. Said he's doing fine. His family's doing fine. He was kind of like just checking up on me, kind of a thing, see how we're doing down here, because his daughter works in Orlando for one of the Disney resorts. All the Disney resorts are shut. They've been shut down for a while. And the great thing is, though, I know Disney's paying all their employees, I think, through the end of April, and that was before anything happened. So that was fantastic. So it was good, and I've asked Rick, when he's available, to get him on the show, because I'd really like to have him on. Although I wonder if he's under an NDA right now, because he'll if he's not, he'll sing like a canary and tell us some stuff. But no, I really hope to get him on soon. I did send him an email, so hopefully we can get him on the show, because he's always just full
good,
tremendous
for that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And there's been no, and one of the things we're going to kind of talk about tomorrow night, and I don't want to spoil it too much, but with everything going on, what's the timetable for the releases and things, and are things going to be put on hold or what? And it's a real big unknown right now. We don't know. So I mean, that's something we're going to get into and talk about tomorrow night.
Bill, did your Evo 2 come in the mail yet?
No, it hasn't come yet. I was waiting to get that FedEx notice because I'm signed up. I've got like a profile on FedEx, and anything, it's like UPS. You get anything UPS come to the house, the address, you immediately get a text message or an email. And it's the same thing with FedEx. If you have anything FedEx coming to the house, you get an email. I haven't gotten the email from Autel yet. I'm like on pins and needles right now.
Stephen Hughes asking, what is the name of Lauren's show? Lauren, if you're still in here, you want to drop the link in the chat, or I'm gonna make Lauren a moderator right now.
He just answered your question there, Ron. He only is. It's just a private show for group members. For his
okay,
group.
I got you. Good. Okay.
Blue Skyver just asked, does Zeno 2 aircraft V1.2.1 work for anyone?
I haven't tried it yet, Blue Skyver. I upgraded my aircraft yesterday. We had some rain today, but tomorrow should be a good day, and I hope to get out and fly. But Ron Brown gave us a good report just a little bit ago.
Yeah, Blue Skyver. I've flown twice on 1.2.1. I flew on Saturday night, and I flew today, and I didn't see any issues whatsoever on it. I've had improved hovering on takeoff on my past two flights. I don't know if it's a tribute to that directly, but and I mentioned I discovered a new camera setting in it. I don't know if that was the app update or the aircraft update, but again, I see no negatives. It flies, just like it. All the good things about it are still there.
So Ron, Blue Skyver is saying in the chat that he is not able to upgrade his. A lot of people have had that issue. I know Bermuda Bob had that issue. Daniel Taramina, I can't remember if yours updated or not. Yours did. That's right. Greg Pittman's did.
Okay.
I have to just tell you, I fired mine up yesterday, and it came up and asked for the update. And I know, Bill, you had the same experience, right?
Same exact thing, yeah. Well, see, what's funny is you'll go to hit check for updates, and then nothing happens. It's like nothing. So, your suggestion, what I ended up doing when I tried this earlier was I said, you know what? Let me try my iPad. Maybe it's an Android thing. Okay. And I hooked up my iPad to it. Same thing. Hit check for update. It just came back with nothing. I mean, now I got the remote to update, which, I think, what right away, but with the aircraft, it's like, okay, well, where's 121? I mean, it's like looking for it to check for update. Nothing was coming. And then yesterday I powered it up. Boom. It's asking me right away, do you want to do a firmware update? I'm like, yeah. So
my exact experience, Bill, exactly the same. And I see Blue Skyver saying that he's struggling to get the update to go through. Mine couldn't have been smooth. Bill just was talking about in the pre-show, you said, Bill, it took 16 minutes.
16 minutes and 50 seconds to do it.
I think mine took, gosh, I mean, if it was 10 minutes, I don't even think it was that long.
Our friend Michael Ray from the great state of Texas says he upgraded his Zeno 2 today, much better hover now as well in precision landing. It's good to hear, Mike. Now, you guys, on this 1.21, we'll call it the 1.2.1 gate. We suspected at first that maybe something was wrong with the .1, and that's why they went back to the .0. But now I'm beginning to think more. It's nothing to do with that. It's just typical Hubsan kind of flukiness going on here. More than it's any type of recall of the software. What opinion are you guys of right now on that?
Who the heck knows, Ron? That's what I would say. So I guess I'm in the same camp as you.
Yeah, Hubsan, it's known but the God, why they make some of the decisions that they make. It's like, and it's like, and I got to say this is hilarious. Okay. Well, the beeping sound it makes when you're restarting the drone, or when, it's kind of funny, but then when the USB is disconnected, okay, USB disconnected. Valerie's like, what is that? when I'm doing that, I said that's just the same thing that you hear with DJI, but it's just different. Well, you don't get anything with the USB disconnected. It's just there's no voice with that. I mean, but there's a signature sound for Hubsan. I guess that's what it is. So.
Do you understand Josh's question here, Parksy Text? Saying, because I've seen other people post exactly that. So I'm saying mine showed the update perfectly. In other words, when you go to look and see what firmware you're on in the app, mine showed it. But I've seen other people have posted pictures on Facebook when they go to that page that shows what your firmware versions are. When it comes to the aircraft, it's just blank.
Yeah. The only thing is you hit check for updates and then you go back the screen and it's just blank right there. And that's what happened up until yesterday. And now both are showing, the remote and the aircraft are showing the version numbers out there. So that's Warren brought up a good point. Depend on how busy the servers are if you see an update. And that's true because it's the same way with DJI. And I do know that for a fact because there were days like right when the Mavic 2 came out. Okay, as an example. All right, everybody was trying to do a firmware update. I mean, it seemed like that Saturday, everybody was logged on trying to do firmware update. It took me like 3 or 4 hours to finally get through to do it because it would go so far and then just die, and go so far and then die. That's not on your end, guys. That's on who the manufacturer's end on their servers. So it's just one of those things. You probably want to try at an odd time. Like get up at 6 in the morning or maybe 3 a.m. in the morning or something like that. Just try at an odd time because, a lot of times their servers are just absolutely getting pounded with everybody doing updates. So that's probably what happens in this case as well, too.
Yeah, I did mine on a Friday morning before anybody was aware there was an update. So I probably got it before everybody jumped on the servers just by accident.
Yeah,
that's true. Well, one thing you were talking about, Ron, is this live streaming capability. That is just that's incredible. When bringing this down to the Zeno 2, that just makes this golden. I mean, it's just you don't have to go through and use that Prism Live app or anything. And I'm anxious to get that update to be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I want you to try it out because, you know, I got it to work, but it didn't work well. It recorded 17 seconds of live streaming and then quit, even though I got no notification on the app on my phone. It said it was live the whole time, maybe like, you know, 5 minute or better flight. So be anxious to get some other people test now because you know, it's as much chance that I'm doing something wrong as the app's not working.
See,
right?
I don't think you're doing anything wrong, Ron. What I think it is, and this has always been the case for me, when I've done it from, you know, flying out of my backyard, I've had no problems because guess what? Okay, it's my Wi-Fi. Okay, it's hooked up to my Wi-Fi. But when I've gone out before, it's like, you know, I'll take off, you know, and it looks good, and then all of a sudden, gone. I mean, it's just, you know, it loses that 4G signal wherever I'm at, and you know, the stream drops. So, you know, it's, again, you probably are doing absolutely nothing wrong. I think it's connectivity is what that is.
Yeah. Because I mean, when I'm out in the field, if I live stream, say to YouTube or Facebook from my phone, works fine. You know, I mean, you know, you get the usual stuttering once in a while, but it works fine. It records the whole time, or any of my other devices. You know, I'll be able to do it, but you know, just not in the drones.
Well, see, you know, you're not only dealing with, you know, when you're doing it directly through the app, like through YouTube or Facebook, okay, you know, it's much easier, and I think it takes up less bandwidth. But when you're doing it from, say, like the Zeno 2, okay, you're not only having to deal with the bandwidth that it's going to take to connect to YouTube, but you're also dealing with the connection between, you know, the remote and the drone itself, and that signal. And you know, there's a lot of things competing against one another when you're trying to do that. And you know, to me, it's amazing that they get this figured out, because you know, knowing what I know about ham radio and radio signals, and you know, the bandwidth and everything, I mean, you know, there's a really fine line that you have to be in order to get all this to work. So, you know, that's probably where you're at.
Yeah, I mean, Lauren asked here, we're using cell connections, and I was, but I'm going to throw this into the equation. My Fed Philly drone life, I mean, who streams almost all his content. I mean, sometimes, I mean, lots of times he does sit in the car outside of his house, but other times he goes down to the Philadelphia River, which is nowhere in his house, and he gets a good stream. He hardly gets any breakup at all during, you know, like a 20-minute flight. So, you know, I mean, I'm sure everything you said is right, Bill. If I streamed at the house, I would do better. But I know from watching Philly Drone Life and you know, some of his other Sunday morning, Chris Hope goes to that lake all the time, which is by his house, and they stream a whole battery. And lots of times they never lose connection.
I think with Mikey with Philly Drone Life, I think probably because there's a lot of, I mean, he's in downtown Philly and he's real near. There's probably a lot of cell towers there, so he's probably getting a really good signal down there. But like Chris Ho, I mean, being out on a lake and stuff, I mean,
wow. That lake's pretty remote.
Well, I know our friend Chad, you know, when he used the Prism Live app doing the Fimi, it was pretty. He had a pretty good connection. I mean, you know, granted, you know, it wasn't a native, you know, like a Fimi app or a Hubsan app, but it was a good connection, and he was out. He wasn't around a Wi-Fi signal. So I think a lot of it depends on signal strength from your carrier too.
Ian Fleming says he got a live video up on the channel that he did 2 or 3 days ago. We'll check that out.
Hey Ron, I just put a picture up of that page that shows the firmware that so this is what Parks and Tech was talking about right here, where it says V.2.1. Some people are getting just a blank screen there. It's not showing any firmware version. So
wow.
Just wanted to show people that. That's all.
Johnny Dronefly says, where does the live stream go? Is it saved somewhere? Well, if you stream it to YouTube, it'll be saved on the YouTube channel. I don't think it saves it on the device anyplace. Not that I can find. And you saw when I demonstrated the Z-Hubsan 2 app as far as saving the pictures and videos. You know, not working too good right now. So I doubt what it's going to save a live stream. What could have saved my 17-second live stream? Lauren's going to be doing some streaming tests on DJI drones next week. We'll let you know the results in Bill's show. Well, Lauren, do me a favor. Test live streaming from the Mavic 2 on the smart controller and let me know how you make out. Oh, yeah. we got Chris Hope. Good cell strength is a must. I mean, again, I have good. Chris makes a good point, but I have good enough cell strength at the beach to stream to my iPhone to Facebook or YouTube. But when I put a drone in the equation, it's not, and it's any drone. It could be a DJI drone, and even a non-smart, even like my old Phantom 4, which has the streaming capabilities. Well, Chris flies the Phantom 4 a lot on Sunday mornings. I get a bad stream from that too. It's like I think I stream for 10 minutes and I get back and I got a minute of bad streaming. So I'm just not a good streamer, I guess.
Hey, Ron, where is that in the app?
Okay. When you don't go into the camera settings, you go into the general settings and you go to the bottom. Is the thing that looks like kind of a 4-leaf clover type of thing. It's the top line in that section.
Well, Ron, I'll tell you what, you've kind of convinced me I need to give it a shot.
You need to get out there.
Yeah.
Where it says general purpose, Ron?
Think that's it.
Okay, because at the top of mine, all I have is automatic screen rotation.
Oh, is that the bottom most of the panels on the? It's on the bottom one.
Yeah, it's when I hit this and go all the way down.
Hey, Ron, Android, man.
I wonder if they didn't give it to the Android people yet.
They probably didn't. I probably got to look on my.
I'm gonna get it up here for you good people. While I'm fooling around here,
Ian Fleming is saying it's only iOS.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna show Bill. But while I'm messing around, you guys want to talk a little bit about the little Mavic Mini and its new edition of white balance?
Oh yeah, take it away.
Yeah, I did a little demo of that on that last video I did, and I'm not probably quite the camera guy that either of you two are, but so the tack that I take is I let the automatic figure out what that white balance should be, whatever day I'm flying, and then I put it in a manual mode, and at least then it locks it in, so it's not going to be changing it as you fly.
Can you see that, Bill?
Can you put yourself full screen, Ron? Can you go full screen yourself?
I can see that.
That is full screen.
Okay.
The top line is not clear.
Yeah, I see it there, but I just was thinking, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I got it on mine too, on my iPad.
Okay, it's iOS only for now. Well, that's interesting.
Good. See, it's always good to have an Apple product. Okay.
Oh, here you guys go. Look again. I'm in camera settings. I'm in video, and I'm on the first camera setting line. The second thing to the bottom. Can you see the SL RAW?
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
You can click it on and off.
I'll be darned. Don't you wish that Hubsan would give us instructions?
I mean, how Hubsan, their own thing, they release those dumb promotional videos. They should release a bunch of series of videos on how they use the new things and what they're for. But do you have the is that SNL RAW? I wonder if that's on Android or that's just another iOS thing too.
Is it on Android, Bill?
Let me take a look.
He's looking right now.
Mr. Android.
Yeah, it's I
want you, if you get out tomorrow, Marcus, I want you to try that button, that SL RAW.
I absolutely will. Of course I will. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it on Android.
Okay, good. Well,
it's on there.
Bill, even though you may not go outside and fly, but just stick the drone near a window when a bunch of sunlight's coming in and see if it helps.
Well, I may be when I get my masks in, I may head out for a flight.
Well, what? Yeah. Well, I mean, the Mavics are so good. You could just with a glove on, slip the drone out the sliding glass door, put it down there, and then stay by the window and fly with the Mavic 2. The OcuSync 2 so good.
That's true. That's very true. But like I said, when I get my mask, I may explore the possibility of doing that.
You could rename your channel the Mass Drone Flyer.
The Mass Drone Flyer. That's right.
You could make a new channel up. The Mass, and only put like covert drone missions on that channel.
And have some James Bond music playing.
Oh yeah. Or you know that old I just heard that old Secret Agent song or whatever.
Yeah, Agent Man. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I like that. But yeah, this is good. This is on here. So at least Android, at least I got that on the Android, which is good. But I tell you what, you know, seriously, I will always have an app. I will always probably have some kind of an iPad. You know, iPad Mini. I think you know what, and you know what, I got a video coming up, and guess what it's going to be? See if I can get the Mavic Mini or the Mav mount to fit inside the Zeno 2 mount and be able to use this.
Oh wow! I haven't even tried that yet.
Yeah, I did it on the old Zeno. I've got a tablet mount like that, Bill, and it worked great on my original Zeno remote. So I'm sure it would work good on.
Oh yeah, that'll be a game changer for me. I mean, being able to do that and live stream from YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're gonna kill it. Hey, Daryl P says hello, Zinonation. My Zeno 2 is back in business with FPV. Hooray! New camera cable received and installed. Congratulations, Daryl P. I'm glad you're back up there. And how hard was it for you to do that camera cable install?
Yeah, definitely let us know about that. Yeah.
Johnny Drone Flyer says it's to save YouTube to your channel.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah. Right. The only place the video is saved, like Chris says, is to your YouTube channel. Greg Pittman's got to go. Good night, Greg. Thanks for stopping in. Glad you got your updates taken care of, and be safe out there, brother.
Well, one thing you got to do is when you're getting ready to stream to YouTube, before you get in there, you got to go into YouTube Studio under live streaming, and you type a title up, because it will take whatever title's in there. You know, like for me right now, it's going to be Rotor Talk Live for Tuesday night. But, you know, when I'm going out, before I go out to do a live stream, you know, either from a DJI or now from the Hubsan, you know, I'm going to type the title, you know, Hubsan Zeno 2, first flight YouTube live stream kind of thing. You know,
so no, I'm not clear. You're saying you do that in YouTube before you go out, or
yeah, you do that in YouTube before you go out, because otherwise it'll pull up and it'll save it under whatever title has been under there before. You know, and for me, you know, it's always Rotor Talk Live is sitting in there. So, you know, if I want to change the title of that up, I can do that, and then it's going to use whatever thumbnail that you've saved last to, and that would be Rotor Talk Live. So, you know, just be aware of that when you're going out to put something out there. You know, it'll go after that, because I know a lot of times people would see that and he says Rotor Talk Live, but you're flying a drone kind of thing. So, you know, I got the message early on when I first was doing live stream that I need to go out there and change that stuff up. And what makes it real nice is when you're done, it's done and it's out there. You know, you have your description, everything, your thumbnail, it's all ready to go. So I try to do that ahead of time. You know, just, you know, slap a quick thumbnail together, put a title out there, you know, get a description, you know, and I cut and paste my descriptions all the time, and then just get it out there, because that way, you know, when, and a key to this is when you get it out there, okay, you really kind of want to leave those descriptions alone, because, you know, it gets into YouTube search optimization. And what's important is with like live streams, especially on the first 24 hours, okay, they're propped up in the search engine optimization. And that's whether we're doing like this right now with Zinonation or Rotor Talk Live, or if you're live streaming from your drone, it'll get propped up. So you want to have everything out there ready to go. When it's done, it's out there, and it kind of helps self-promote itself. So that's just kind of like some live streaming tips.
Yeah, well, let me give you my experience, and again, from a person who's a terrible live streamer. When you first fire the Zeno 2 up and try to use this feature, it'll bug you to connect to, you know, like Bill said, your YouTube studio or whatever, and it does a couple of handshakes back and forth, so you're connected then. So the next time you go out, you don't have to do all that again. But before each flight, just like the DJI Go Live thing, it lets you put a title and a description of the video you're about to go up with.
Oh, very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good,
Yeah.
good, good.
Yeah. Oh, that's the way the DJI drones do. But again, that very first time though, like you said, the first time you try to use the live streaming function of the app, it makes you it makes you go back and forth a couple times to connect with the what did you just call the YouTube Studio app if you have the app on your phone or whatever, and then it's all connected. It didn't bug me to do that at all today at the beach because we did that all in the house the week before. But hey, Mark, this may be a question for Marcus. Rich Flyer 32 says, "What's your opinion on the Mavic Mini's new return to home options?" Marcus had a chance to give this a full workout in a recent video.
Yeah, so but basically all they're saying there is you can choose right from the start. So you've always been able to go in there on return to home and choose any of those options, but now they're allowing you to set a default option. And I don't know, it's not that big a deal to me. Mine is always going to be on return to home. It's never going to be hover in place because what I'm worried about is if the drone is out there beyond and I lose connection and it's just going to sit there and hover. I suppose if it got low enough battery, it would come home anyway. And I guess there's certain situations you might want it to do that. But for me, I'm just going to always leave mine and return to home. And I'm not sure why you would ever use that option where it says to land because, geez, if it's out there. So, you know, I guess use that however you see fit. I can say that personally, I'm always going to leave mine on return to home.
Good thoughts, Marcus. Bill, you have any thoughts on the Mavic Mini's new return to home options?
Yeah, it's always, and you know what's really kind of funny though is, you know, a lot of people are like, don't ever use return to home. You're just asking for disaster and and all this. And I said, you know, here's the thing for me. All right. Your drone, if you've calibrated your compass, okay, you have a good GPS signal, all right, and you're cleared to take off, you really should not have, unless there's some horrible interference going on, you should never have a problem with return to home. I mean, that's just for me by and by, you know. And a lot of times I'll find out because, you know, with the Mavic Mini Pay group that I have, you know, a lot of people will say, you know, I've lost my drone, or, you know, it was coming down where I didn't expect it or anything, you know. And one of the first questions I ask when people are asking me a question is, when's the last time you calibrated your compass? And, you know, people are going like, well, I didn't know, you know, and what I tell people is my rule of thumb with that is, you know, when I'm flying in my backyard, I'll maybe do it once or twice a month, okay? Because I'm flying from the same location. Now, if I go to a different location, automatically, that's the first thing I do when I power the drone up is I calibrate the compass because I'm in a completely different location. It doesn't matter what drone that I have. Now, with the Mini, you know, it's like, you know, it's had some growing pains, okay, with return to home because, you know, remember, you know, when we first got them, you know, they weren't really, it wasn't really, you know, I think, and Marcus would agree with me, we were expecting like precision landing, okay? We were expecting that puppy to land right in the middle of that H on that pad and all that, and that wasn't happening, okay? And a lot of people were like, well, you know, it's not working. And then we realized the fact it's not precision landing, okay? And when people started to realize that, you know, it was like, oh, okay. But now with their updates and everything, I think they've kind of nailed it, okay? And I think and what's really important though is you have a lot of people who have never taken a drone up before in their life, okay? And, you know, they've gotten down to a certain point and they're like, you know, what do I do to get it back? You know, and then sometimes they may get disoriented with the FPV view and not be sure where they're at and everything. And it's real easy for that to happen. When you hit return to home, it's going to come back. It's going to lock in where you're at, and it's going to land, you know, it's going to do a decent job of trying to land where it took off from. So, you know, I like the changes. I like what they did.
Can I tell you this, Bill?
Yes, sir.
My Mavic Mini, just doing a regular return to home without precision landing, lands closer to the pad than my Hubsan Zeno 2 with precision landing.
Oh no! Oh, say it ain't so.
Hey, say it ain't so.
Yeah.
Our ears are burning.
Hey, Marcus, real fast. Did you see Ron Levesque? He came up with a good comment here.
Good one.
Indoors, the hover would work real well for.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I get that, Ron the Best. That does make sense. Yeah.
And did you see Ian Fleming's comment? He's the one who successfully got the Zeno 2 the live stream. He said you get live audio until you take off with the Zeno 2 with the live YouTube option. And I did see that in there. There is an option to turn audio on and off. I didn't know it self-turned off when it lifted up, but that made sense because who wants to hear the noisy propellers for the whole flight? But the audio works on the ground if you're speaking. So that's a real nice feature, Ian. Again, I can't wait to get your channel and see your video. I want to ask the people in the chat here a question, Marcus and Bill. How many people in the chat have ordered that new Fimi X8 SE 2000? So what the heck to give these drones these names I can't pronounce? Who has ordered it? We got one, but who in the chat has ordered? Hey, we lost Bill the drone. Bill must have left to order the drone. He must have left to order the Fimi.
That must be what's going on. Yeah.
But has anybody in the chat ordered the new Fimi besides Marcus? We knew Marcus would be first, but Blue Skyver, did you guess what? I think Bill's back. Blue Skyver has an order in, but I won't say what order he has in. Welcome back, Bill. Did you go order that Fimi real fast while you were gone?
Well, yeah, I'm checking on my funds. I'm checking all my accounts right now. So
okay,
and breaking open the piggy bank on that. But I'll tell you what, we're gonna take a deep dive into that tomorrow night. But I'll tell you what, it's for the price, and you know what, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. I didn't really say it in my video when I did the comparison thing. All right. It's worthy of your attention for that kind of a price. It really is. It's like that they're saying hello. It's like you want to buy a drone right now, buy the Fimi X8 SE 2020. I mean, I think people are going to be very pleasantly surprised with that.
Yeah, I mean, at $350, wow! To me, it was just kind of a no-brainer for what that drone offers. And yeah, of course, I've already got the 2018 version, and so what'll be fun.
I see a comparison video coming in the future.
Well, that's exactly where I'm going with it, Ron. I mean, just my own curiosity, it will really be fun to be able to compare them side by side and video quality, all the things that they're talking about.
Definitely,
it really is incremental improvements. And here's what I want to say, Ron, is if you already have a Fimi X8 SE, it probably, if you're not just a drone nerd like me, it's probably not worth it for you to upgrade to this new version. So, but if you're looking if you want taking a step up,
if your current drone's the E-Sheet EX4, it'd be a nice
there you go.
Hey, real quick, Bill, did you see Michael Ray's comment? I recalibrate the combos on all drones whenever I do a firmware update, and that's probably some solid advice across all drone lines.
Exactly, Michael. That's a great tip. Thank you for putting that out there. One of the other things that I wanted to mention tonight, and I just thought about this, and I posted it. I try to post it on all my DJI pages. And I don't know if Hubsan has a link for this or not, but a lot of people aren't able to fly right now. And, long-term battery storage. All right. Well, I posted a link on pretty much all my pages and groups and everything. And it's a guide for long-term battery storage from DJI, and I don't know if Hubsan has that or not. Or if I think Autel might have something like that.
Okay.
But try to find those guys out there because, you don't want you want to do it right, because I know, for example, like with the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0, there's a way to get it to down. You want to get it to about like 60%, if I'm not mistaken. And now what's really going to be tricky is the batteries from the Mavic Mini, because they're different. Okay, they're not the same kind of batteries that you have in your Mavic 2 Pro or in the Phantom 4 Pro. Or even the Spark. I mean, it's a different battery. I know Rick Smith was telling us about it. You can get a lot more bang for the size out of that. He explained it electrical engineering terms. Okay, which is over me. But I think it's important. It's an important point right now.
No, it is, Bill. Yeah,
because you don't want when we're done. Okay, and we're all good and going out and flying. you don't want to have a dead battery on your hands, okay? Or you don't want to have a battery that's going to swell up. So,
no,
you know,
you don't want one.
I'm going to see if I can find something about Hubsan and other manufacturers, and I'll get them posted out there. But on my Build a Drone Reviewer Facebook group and Facebook page and all my other groups, I've reposted that DJI link. You know, and it may give you some tips for your Hubsan too. So I think that's some good that's a good
information. Hey, listen, we got a question from Chris Hope here. How often do you compass calibrate before every flight or when it tells you to?
I wait for it to ask.
Okay. Well, for me, I'll do it probably twice a month when I'm flying in the backyard.
Okay.
And if I go to a new location, automatically. And
also firmware upgrade.
And firmware updates.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mostly, like Marcus said, I mostly only do it when it asks me, unless, again, I go to a new location or I've had some kind of an issue, or, you know, and the Mavic 2 asks me more and more to calibrate almost, it seems like, every month. And I don't mind doing it because that thing calibrates so quickly. Hey, one tidbit of information I forgot to tell you guys on the Zeno 2 flight tonight. So I went to take off for the first time, and I got a message on there, and it's telling me that the battery's not snapped in right. So I go check it, and you know that on each side it has the 2 tabs on the battery. Well, one tab wasn't all the way pushed up, and the Zeno 2 knew that before takeoff. And then when I pushed all the way up and stepped in, I went back to the transmitter, and it was gone. It knew that one of the tabs, I mean, the battery was in all the way, but one of the tabs hadn't slid all the way forward, and the little Zeno 2 knew that.
That's impressive. Yeah. That's impressive.
Hey guys, there's something important here that Blue Skyver put out there, and I knew this, but he's talking about the lithium ion on the Mavic Mini. They don't need to be discharged. You can store them fully charged. You'll notice on your Mini batteries, they don't auto discharge like other DJI batteries do, because they're not lithium polymer, they're lithium ion.
Right.
Did you see Lauren's comment? I do what Lauren says all the time: hover for a few seconds, then climb.
I saw that. Yeah, that's very true. In other words, to get that good, accurate landing. Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, with DJI drones, you know, it has that camera on the bottom, and it takes that picture of the of where you took off from. So when it's doing precision landing, it uses that to match it up, and that's why, you know, the whole thing about having a bright colored landing pad down there that's discernible, especially, you know, can provide contrast to either sand or grass or wherever you're landing on. That's an important thing to have for precision landing to be able to work, and it does. It really does a good job.
Hey, Michael Wright says, I'm on pre-order to include the insurance. I guess, Marcus, he's referring to the Fimi 2020, and by insurance, I think he means the Fimi Care.
Yeah, so I saw that, Michael, right, and I liked that as well. But then when they came out with that discount code that took the buy it now price for the single battery version down to $350, I thought, okay, I'm just going to go do that, and that way, you know you're getting 20% off the drone, and yeah, so it was too good of a deal to pass up.
Right. Maybe they'll offer Fimi Care as an option somewhere down the road. Daniel, he ordered his Fimi, so we got 2 Fimi X8s in the chat coming, and Marcus said we're up to 3. What, Bob?
Well, I got
you know, good night, Bob.
You know, when probably sooner rather than later, and especially that little thing called that stimulus check. You know, that's going to stimulate, definitely stimulate a drone purchase.
Hey, John, the Drone Flyer asks, this is probably a question for Marcus. Will the Fimi be as fast as the Zeno 2?
It's a good question.
How the hell are we going to know, Johnny, until that sucker shows up? But I guarantee you I'm going to test it.
And when I get out to Idaho, Marcus, like a drag race, right side by side, huh?
Well, Ron, you are at a definite disadvantage, okay? Because you know what Marcus's other pastime besides flying drones is, you know, he takes his vet down to the strip and, you know, gets that helmet on, and he's and he's hitting the pedal to the metal. I mean, you know, we're at a definite disadvantage as far as racing against Marcus.
I may take my Zeno 2 engine in the shop and have him put a couple extra cylinders on it, and I'll be able to catch that Corvette.
Have it supercharged.
Maybe you might supercharge your battery up, Ron. Get a special battery for your Zeno too.
Lauren's got to run. See you tomorrow night, Lauren. Thanks for those links. So I'm checking the questions here.
So there's a couple people are asking for that discount code. What I'm thinking is you are a Banggood affiliate, right? You ought to put your
yeah. Let me go ahead. I got that. I can get that here in a minute.
Just try to get you maybe put your link in that code. And
Ian Fleming does a compass calibration before every flight. He really plays it safe. Third eye view, I do a compass calibration before every flight. Takes about 2 minutes. Better safe than sorry.
Well, Ron, so you made a good point earlier that I think is important. So doing a compass calibration, say on the Mavic Mini, I don't even think it takes a minute. You do maybe one lap around one way and one lap around the other way, and that sucker's calibrated.
Yeah, or some other drones, you have to practically be John Travolta to dance around and get them calibrated. Boy, are we showing our age? I'm making a John Travolta dancing joke, and you actually understood it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
that link was too big for the chat, so.
Well, maybe we could put it in the show notes or whatever after the video is over. So anybody wants that link when this video is when it's finished and whatever, Bill could throw it in the comment section.
Absolutely, yeah, I'll definitely throw that in the comments.
Hey, listen, John Spezio, I hope I pronounced his name right. Do you have the link to the discounted price on the Fimi? Marcus, he'll work on a link, and we'll throw that in the show comments also.
Well, I am going to get that. I'm going to get that code right now, Ron. I'm working on that as we speak.
Okay. So Marcus is working hard for you, John. And Blue Skyver, he succeeded in removing the camera and can fly the Zeno 2. It will be faster now. With no camera, I guess it'll really go fast.
Okie dokie.
So we're caught up on the comments here. So Mark, we're getting links together. We're going to wind this show up. We've gone a little over an hour now, and we wanted to kind of touch on the Fimi a little bit more than we did, but we got so caught up in the in all the Zeno 2 hype that we're going to have to save some of this Fimi talk for Bill's show tomorrow night, if Bill will allow us.
Absolutely.
Hey, okay, I put the code in there, and if Bill publishes his affiliate link, you can use that code then to get another 20% off it. It takes it down to like $347, which is a steal.
Can't beat that.
I put it in there temporarily until I'm able to get it in the comment section. Just email me at bill@dronereviewer@gmail.com and I'll send you that link.
There you go.
It's too good of a deal to pass up. It really is.
So Zinonation, we provide the best deals in the industry out there.
That's right.
We got Lauren with the great DJI deals, Marcus and Bill with the great Banggood deals. I mean, you just can't beat it here.
Hey, I'll tell you that if you listen, like I was looking at the smart controller from Lauren's store. I mean, that thing's $623.70.
Holy cow!
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
I paid more for that when I bought it new from DJI.
Yeah, I know. That's a hell of a deal.
That's a steal. That's a real steal. But methinks, I mean, Lawrence not around anymore, but he did mention something, and maybe we'll kind of twist his arm a little bit tomorrow night. He talked about a new smart controller. That kind of came out. So we'll find maybe we can twist his arm a little bit tomorrow night.
Hey, listen, Jim from Above and Beyond Drones makes a great comment. Ron, were you able to get the watermark off? Yeah, we forgot to talk about that when the new app update came out last Monday. Now it has a watermark saying Hubsan Zeno on the bottom right corner of the screen, and on a screen recording, I guess I guess that's right there in the screen recordings.
Didn't I read that there's a way to get rid of that watermark?
Well, that's what Ron's asking. Is that bro, as far as you know, is that the first time an app's ever put a watermark on?
Yeah, I've never seen that before. I mean, DJI doesn't do that. And you know, the other Hubsan app didn't do that. I mean, why all of a sudden now are they doing that? I mean, it's you know, it's like, okay, you know, you understand, like with StreamYard, okay, if you want to get their logo off, you got to pay for StreamYard to do something like that, and you can kind of understand that. But I mean, you've paid for the drone, okay, and it's like, okay, everybody knows what the drone is, so it's like, why do you have that in there? I mean,
well, maybe if you pay like $5 a month, you can get the watermark removed, Bill. Yeah, I know. Hey, Stephen Ewing, he's got to run. He said, "Take care and keep safe." It's 3:10 a.m. over in Ireland, so be safe to everybody over in Ireland. I guess they got this virus over there too, so stay safe over there. Thanks, Marcus Bill. I'm waiting for you all to send the codes. Yeah, Mike, the codes are coming, brother. I thought, Mike, I thought you already ordered the. Thought you had ordered the Fimi. What other code was he waiting for?
The discount code, and Ron, I published it on there in the chat a couple of times. So
okay, there we go. I got to highlight it right in the screen right now. There it is, brother.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Okay, Ridge Flyer 32. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for your good questions and comments. Oh, look, we got David from Kluge in here with us. Hey guys, I'm a bit late. Hope everyone is doing well. We are Kluge, and you got to get the Zeno 2 out again, brother. These updates. It's a whole new drone now. The hover is fixed or whatever. Yeah, we need you to put the Zeno 2 follow-up flight out now, brother. Right? Wouldn't you like to see that, Marcus?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And then you get that up and then come back on the show and we'll quiz you on that flight. So yeah, we're winding down here. Let's say people have to go get to bed. Some people are in different countries or whatever. Some people just got to get up to. I guess a few of us still have to go into work. Well, people working home still get up at the regular time. Bill knows that. So
yeah, well, I have this extremely long commute from my bedroom to the office here.
Yeah. So. Oh, David says sounds good. We'll try to get it out soon. Yes, sir. You will be impressed with these new updates, and try the live streaming and try that whatever it called SL Raw thing to take the overexposure away. Yeah, you're gonna love it now. And you should consider getting that code from Marcus and Bill and ordering that new little Fimi drone.
The code's out there. Michael, I see Michael Wright says he's going to go ahead and push the button.
He's waiting for the insurance. Oh, okay. But decide to order with the discount code.
Yeah. Indeed.
Daryl P, the watermark. Oh, he doesn't like that watermark.
Yeah, well, who would? I agree. Yeah, what Daryl says makes sense. I mean, that's it in a nutshell.
Whole new machine. Yeah, it's a whole new machine. It's not your father's Zeno 2. No, I mean, it's going to bear. Really, Hubs is so good in 8 days. It's going to bear little resemblance to the drone you flew a month ago. Won't you say that, Marcus?
Well, I'll tell you tomorrow, Ron. How's that?
Okay. Yeah, poor Marcus. You'll come back, and everything I said good about it will have gone wrong for you.
Well, clearly mine is a little bit. Mine is, I think, is more like David's. David was talking about trying to fly his next to the Mavic Mini, and I had a very similar experience. Yeah.
Look at David's comment. My wife will kill me if I get another drone. Do you see that, Bill?
Yeah, and I'm just telling him. I said, remember what Ken Dono says: buy it and ask for forgiveness afterwards.
There you go.
Or my old friend DJ Soulforce, he used to say that he never would say got a new drone, and then if the way fast as that drone new, he would just say, no, I've had that around, or he said she didn't know one drone from the other, But All right. Again, we're going to wrap this baby up here, 10:15. Again, I think we really, but we really, if you missed out last week, we really gave you some Zeno 2 stuff tonight, didn't we, gentlemen?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was Zeno 2 A to Z tonight. I mean, I'm so impressed with what's, with these updates and what's going on with the Zeno 2. I mean, not that I didn't have high hopes, but I have higher hopes now for it than I did a couple weeks ago. I really think this could be a premium product, and it's got to be now because, with that Fimi, I'm going to call it the Fimi 2020. I'm not saying all those letters a million times. With that thing coming out, Hubsan's got to step up their game. Wouldn't you agree, Marcus?
I absolutely agree. They got to make that drone live up to its promise. And listen, Ron, it largely does. You hear me quibbling about the way it kind of moves around and difficult to land and be accurate with. But once you have it in the air, man, that baby is a hot rod. It reminds me of my Corvette. You put the pedal down on that thing, and it's moving across the sky.
Ron's got to go. Good night, Ron. Thanks for stopping by. A lot of great comments and questions tonight. Bill, when first time you fly the Zeno 2, I want you to start out in sport, but I want you to put the GoPro in your facial expression when you kind of like put the pedal to the metal and you see it like rip across that lake or whatever.
I'll probably set a new record for going across the lake.
Bill, put a scarf on. Like, remember, again, I hate to make old man comments, but remember the Memorex commercials from the 70s when the guy puts the Memorex cassette tape in his stereo system and the music's so good his scarf blows straight back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely remember that.
Yeah, that could be you when the Zeno 2 takes off and at 47 miles per hour in sport mode across the lake, and probably you'll get neighbors calling up saying, "I think a UFO just was out over the lake,"
or it'll be looking like I'm filming like a music video with my hair blowing all, my massive amounts of hair blowing all over the place.
Well, remember, you may have more hair come when you don't get a haircut for a couple months.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, you may.
Valerie won't recognize me.
Yeah, you'll be Bill the I don't know, the hippie reviewer. But anyhow, we digress here. We're talking about old guy stuff here, and Ian, thank you, brother. A lot of great comments. I got to get over and check out your live YouTube Hubsan 2 video. And DeMarco, thanks. I hope you're safe out there in the great state of Arkansas. I think you guys are still doing better than most states out there. I guess, are you working from home now, DeMarco? And poor David, can get up and go. Just be careful when it's close quarters. Well, yeah, that's true, David. You got it. Yeah, no obstacle avoidance on that puppy, but just keep it up, keep above tree level, and you got no problems, right, Marcus?
That's it. Hey, so what I'm going to tell people is, you know what? I've got a new, right after the show here, I'm going to put the finishing touches. I've got a tutorial on line fly for the Zeno 2. I'm going to put that live on my channel. And mostly I just want to tell people now as we wrap it up here that, this COVID-19 thing is going on, and we've talked about this at the end of every show, and I mention it in all my videos too. But this is the time when we all have to take care of each other and be extra nice. We should always be taking care of each other, but let's look out for everybody, and let's make sure that we do the social distancing and all the things that they're telling us to do, so we can get past this, and we can all get back out flying our drones like we want to. Anyway, Bill.
Well, Marcus, I want to thank you and Ron for a great show tonight. We had a lot of great Zeno 2 talk. This was fantastic. I think I learned about the difference between the iPad, the iOS app and the Android app, which was great, and that's going to enlighten me. It was good to be able, and I got a video coming out probably tomorrow on my first real firmware update with the Zeno 2. So be on the lookout for that. We've got some great drones here, and that Fimi X8 SE 2020. It really looks promising. We're gonna really take a deep dive into that tomorrow night. And we're also going to look, and we're going to still talk about the Zeno 2 tomorrow night as well. I think it still bodes a lot more discussion, and see what else the future is going to hold for the rest of the year. We don't know. And just to kind of piggyback what Marcus says, this is this is something that affects all of us. If we're on the planet Earth, it affects all of us. And I hate to use a movie reference, but remember Independence Day, the original movie when it came out, how everybody across the earth was united to defeat the aliens here. Well, the alien that we're defeating is the COVID-19, and we all stick together and we all do our part. And let me tell you this. Everybody that's walking through those hospital doors right now, you've probably seen videos. People are cheering for them as they're going in there. There are soldiers going into battle right now. Okay, they're facing the enemy head on, and I've just read several reports where some a nurse passed away, a doctor passed away. Guys, it's very real, and it hit home for me personally. I had a great friend from college, and you may have seen the video out there of these people on the street singing a hymn. Well, that was to the widow of my friend from college, who I knew. He was in my dorm. It wasn't just an acquaintance. I really knew him, and he was the real deal. He was a good Christian, and he was a good pastor and a great friend. And it really hits home. So my words of advice are, stay inside, stay alive. I mean, and I've been using that hashtag with all my things. And I'm going to be closing my videos with that for now, for the time being. Stay inside, stay alive. I think it's so important. We can do our part to help those on the front line by practicing social distancing and practicing all the measures that the CDC has engaged. And we'll beat this thing, and we'll have a victory over it. And you know what? The world is going to have a party like you've never, ever seen before. So be safe, everybody.
Good thoughts, Bill. I want to welcome the Grumpy Vlogger. He got in here a little late tonight. That's Lloyd. He's got a live show every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mel 480GL usually co-hosts the show for him. Make sure you don't miss that show. And we got Ron Lockwood in here. That's RL Photography. Ron's done some great work lately. He got some great natural wildlife pictures at Yellowstone Park, some wolves and stuff. So check out his YouTube channel and Facebook page for some of his great photos. I want to thank again David from Kluge dropping in here. At the end here, looking forward to his next Zeno 2 video. And I put a video out today where I flew everybody's favorite little drone, the Mavic Mini, over the Ventnor Boardwalk and Beach, which were just closed last Friday due to the coronavirus. So check that video out. I took the thing out over 4,000 feet, so I got some real good range on it. So check that video out. And Drone Shots is in here. There's a couple of people I didn't get to shout out. AZ Drone Dude. So we got a couple people coming in late. So great to see everybody in here tonight. And I want everybody to stay safe out there. Wherever you live, some people are in a little bit more dangerous zones than others, but just follow everything the president, your governors, your local authorities tell you. I mean, just try to cooperate as much as you possibly can, and that's going to help. What's the term? Flatten this out or whatever, so that we all don't get sick at the same time, and there's not enough ventilators and equipment around to take care of us all. And I think Bill alluded to earlier about a war. I think I heard today more people have died from this virus than Vietnam War, Korean War, and 9/11 all put together already.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of numbers we're talking about here. So So that's all I have, and we're going to be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bill, the drone reviewer, and then following him, I'm going to jump over to Philly Drone Life. That's Mike. We do a live show afterwards. It's kind of a drone show, but it's really a show about nothing. And then Wednesday night, don't miss Bill Thomas's show. Coast to Coast Drones, Drone Therapy. We're going to have Drone Senzi back on. He's going to show us how to do some neat things in Hit Film Studio. I think that's the name of the app. So that'll be good. You always want to check out Ken Heron on Thursday nights. I don't know who he's got on tonight, but that's always a good show too. So and that's it. And again, thanks for everybody for joining us. It's a great group in the chat tonight. I mean, I say this every week, but I just love the comments, the questions. I mean, I learned as much from you guys as you learn from us or whatever immediately. So I want to thank you. So good night and be safe.